Jailbreak has a lot of vehicles, and each one of them are designed and modified in their own unique way. Except for season cars. But today, we'll be making an all-star team of vehicles. We're going to be finding vehicles best at certain stats and add them all up to make the most overpowered, greatest, and undeniably best vehicle in the game. But not only are we going to make the best vehicle, but we're also going to make the most crappy, terrible, crappy, terrible, horrifyingly worst vehicle in the game. It's just going to be straight up unusable for everybody pretty much. But before we start researching, I should set up a few things. Engine and brake levels will be set to max on the best and lowest to worst. And we'll be only counting land vehicles that can be owned by either buying or trading. So no jet ski, no MCL, and no nuke vehicle thing. So, let's actually get started now. To find what vehicles will qualify, we'll be looking at a categories/stats list to go over while we're searching. Here's what that list includes. Top speed, the car with the highest max speed. Acceleration, how fast the vehicle gets at a certain miles per hour. Handling, being able to control and turn your vehicle as much as possible. Braking, how fast the vehicle stops after going at high speeds. And health, how much damage it takes until a vehicle's tires pop. Now with our list, we're going to break each category down and explain what vehicle falls under each one. When the Scorpion was released back in 2024, it was given the title by Badimo themselves as the fastest vehicle in the game. And don't get me wrong, it is pretty fast, but not the fastest. This is the Bluebird, and despite it only being good for speed and nothing else, it's undoubtedly the fastest vehicle, going at around 380 to 390 miles per hour as its high. Now acceleration. We'll be measuring it by how fast the vehicle goes to 200 miles per hour. And once again, the Bluebird takes the category 2, with only getting it in just 2 seconds, which is half of what the Roadster can do. Is this vehicle just gonna be a Bluebird if it didn't suck? At least you'll get your money's worth. Handling would have been the pizza delivery car by a long shot, but I feel like I should make an exception here. Pizza delivery is certainly a unique car. Instead of making a normal turn like any other car, you just end up going backwards. And I don't think the Bluebird's speed would even make up for it. So we won't be using the pizza delivery car. It would probably fly off anyways at high speeds. So what else will we be using? After testing out some vehicles, I've chosen the Falcons. Is the top speed and size of this vehicle make me feel like I'm gaslighting myself? Probably, but regardless, the handling is pretty good, so we'll be using that. Next is braking, and it's another example of the pizza delivery one I just made. It would go to the ATV. It does indeed stop really fast, but sometimes braking is used to slow down, which I think if we're having a car that's going over 300 miles per hour on average, slowing down would definitely be a nice option. So after testing out some vehicles, I decided to pick the Airtail. It still stops super fast, but not fast enough to completely stop you. And the last one for the best vehicle segment, health. It's pretty simple. Just whoever has the most health gets their health added on this already insane vehicle. Tank has 2 times the health of a Camaro, and is by far the strongest vehicle in the game, so welcome to the team. Before we end the best vehicle segment though, I do want to add one more thing to this vehicle. That is, of course, a gun. I want to add the ones from the Cobra or Trailblazer, but instead of what direction you're facing that's controlling it, maybe it should be like the tank. Wherever you aim your cursor and press a certain button, it starts shooting. Maybe there should be rockets like the tank or agent. It would honestly be a really interesting idea in my opinion. But now with our all-star vehicle made, Let's make the absolute worst vehicle. You might first point to the free cars in the game if we're talking about speed. It's not a bad guess, but you'd rather have them than this car, the ATV, with only maxing out at 55 miles per hour. Imagine saving up 50k only to have a vehicle slower than the car you first start with. Now, the acceleration. I measured how fast it would go from 0 to 100, and the Camaro took 15 seconds to get to 100. Here's how fast it takes a Bluebird to get to 100. So yeah, this is a pretty deadly combo we have here. But speaking of the Bluebird, guess who also makes the worst categories list too? I guess sacrificing all of your other stats besides speed gets you places. But anyways, the Bluebird is pretty much a no-brainer for handling. It was the first thing everyone pointed out when they first got it, and even at slow speeds, turning this thing sucks. Oh yeah, and we're going to be taking their braking too. This thing takes so long to slow down, and it's only going to suck more when your vehicle moves at 55 miles per hour. And last but not least, again, the health of the Volt. It's pretty self-explanatory. 40 health, you get sniped and you're done for. Well, as if you weren't already done enough using this vehicle. So that's what both of the vehicles would look like. I was going to include a vehicle design category, but I decided not to because I wanted to ask you, the audience, a question. How would you customize and design these vehicles? How many seats would they have? What would the customization settings look like? Or would they have some new quirks and mechanics in them? Probably not for the worst one, but I'd love to hear what you'd make these vehicles look like. But thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you would change anything to these vehicles, or if I missed any key information or stats I should have mentioned. I also just want to give a big shout out to Sencha for helping me with this video. He's one of the developers behind Jailbreak changelogs and genuinely helped me with speeding up the research. This video probably would have been delayed till next week if it wasn't for him. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Can't wait to meet you. So join the